I did an apprenticeship with a glassblower up in Asheville, and that's how I initially learned, but since then I've pretty much just been working at it and learning things on my own. And this is my passion. This is what I love to do. I never really get tired of it. I love doing it. I specialize in making jewelry and wine glasses and perfume bottles and pretty much anything. There's a gallery in Flat Rock called the Hand in Hand Gallery where you can see my work, and they're real nice people, so go in and check it out. The kind of glass blowing that I do is called lamp work, and the glass that I use is borosilicate, which is a really hard kind of glass compared to other kinds of glass, and basically just heat it up in my flame and manipulate it. Some of the stuff I make is made out of a solid rod, and some of it's out of tube. The first thing I'm going to do is just warm this section that I'm going to use to make the vase. Warm it up in the outer flame. Then the next thing I do is add a little bit of gold and silver fume to the glass to give it a metallic tint. Now I'm going to take this color rod and do a thin wrap around the entire section. So I'm heating up the color rod and letting it trail onto the blank section. Alright, now the next part of this design is I heat up and down the whole section, and I use a clear rod to trap down the gold and silver fume and kind of smear the colored lines that I just put on there. So I rake the color with 4 different lines, and then I go back in between those lines and rake it the opposite direction. What I'm doing now is melting those lines that I just put on there, melting them in so that the outside of the glass is completely smooth. Tube that I have around my neck to blow into the glass without actually having to put it up in my mouth. But now I'm going to try and flare this lip of the vase out a little bit by just spinning it in the flame. And break this, broke that punny off of there, the handle. Then the last step is to heat up the bottom of it so that I can flatten it so it'll sit flat. Press it on the little graphite pad to flatten it out and make sure it's even. I put it in my kiln and let it sit at about 1100 degrees for a few hours, and that makes it a little bit stronger, and it also brings out some of the colors. This thing will probably strike to a little bit darker shade of yellow.